GST, there are no taxes on dreams. Dream big, aim for the sky. Good morning, everyone. Thank you, SoilCup, for giving me an opportunity to convey to the youngsters how to fight out the things. My story is simply of a small town boy who was from Bathinda. I had been a national level cricketer. I was in the Ranji Trophy camp over there. But one problem I always faced, I wasn't from a business family. So my father was an advocate. So there was always a threat of future career which was looming on my head. And my father was very keen, since I was very good at studies as well. So there was always a tussle between my studies and my cricket. So in 12th, I was forced to leave my cricket. Then again, I started played under 19 for Punjab. I was in the Ranji Trophy camp. And then I got an admission in MBA college. So the choice was either opt for education or opt for cricket. And at that point of time, when there was no IPL, the only scope was from Ranji Trophy to Indian cricket team. The scope was very less. So there was always an apprehension about the future career. So obviously I chose studies as a career. So the cricket took a backseat. In fact, when I came to Indore for my MBA, so I had to leave my cricket. That was a time when I made it out that even if I'm joining corporate, I won't carry it for a longer time. I will come into my own business so that my son doesn't face the same problem. If whatever career he wants to choose, he can choose on their own. So there is a business as a backup. So I was doing very well in corporate. I was the best performer. I was the youngest regional manager with Birla's. And Birla's basically is known for a Marwadi company. All the promotees are basically Marwadis. So I was a non-Marwadi who was promoted over there because of my performance. One fine day I thought, when I can perform for the company, why shouldn't I try it for my own company? That is where Wood Magic was born. So we started as a company trading in plywood. So I used to procure plywood from Yamunanagar and from other parts of the country. And then I used to distribute it out here. And while I was into the plywood industry, though, I could see that there is some scope of work in interiors. Like I used to find interiors overquoting prices to the clients. And then there was a lot of commission system over there. So I thought if we can give a very clean system, a very transparent system where a client knows what he's getting, from there the concept of Wood Magic Interiors came in. Then we came up with another company called Design Mantra. That is our second company. The parent company is the Wood Magic Group, from where we entered into plywood. And Design Mantra is where you can say a forward integration into designing. So now the concept was, now we take a project, we give them an itemized budget. Like your bed will cost you this much, your cabinet will cost you this much, your wardrobe will cost you this much, your modular kitchen will cost you this much. The client is very much clear what he's getting, what is being charged. It's not a इतने के लगभग आपका 10 लाख के आसपास का बजट आएगा. We give him exactly 9,80,880. That means that budget is not going to increase. The client knows what he's getting. The client knows what type of house he's getting because we are giving him drawings. And we execute the project within the time frame. So we plan to take this concept all over India, pan-India. We are planning to open up our outlets, offices all over India. And where the client gets a transparent, trouble-free interiors. So this is the basically the concept.
Okay. So it is very nice to know that you're a first generation entrepreneur and having a vision that for the next generation, especially for your son, thinking कि भी उसको वो challenges नहीं आने चाहिए जो आपने face किए. And that's exactly
Exactly.
how things happen. And you would have also gone through some initial struggles while you were establishing your business. So would you mind sharing that with the audience?
Certainly, being from a non-business family, the first thing you face is the problem of funds.
Correct.
So starting a plywood actually is a business where you need a lot of funds because the truckload costs a lot. There were a few savings when I started my plywood business. I got a truckload from there, and unfortunately, the first dealer I selected happened to be a very bad paymaster. So my payment got stuck up over there. So I had no money to invest for the second truck. There was a friend of mine out here in Nagpur. He also belongs to Bathinda. He's just like a brother to me. So I went to him. I said, "यार मुझे 2 लाख रुपया interest पे चाहिए." So he said, "यार देख 2 लाख लेके जा, interest की बात मत कर. तू पैसे लेके आ, तू मेरा दोस्त है, मैं कोई ब्याज का धंधा नहीं करता." तो I took 2 lakh rupees from him. तब तक वो थोड़ी सैलरी के पैसे भी जमा हो गए थे. तो second truck was ordered. So then I was cautious कि नहीं यार, this is not the way to go out. एक ही जगह, don't put all the eggs in one basket. So I started giving इसको 50 शीट, इसको 40 शीट, इसको 30 शीट. तो I made number of dealers. चलो एक आधे का डूबेगा तो at least मेरा काम धंधा बंद नहीं होगा. So from there, from one truck to actually we took it to 25 truckloads a month. Then I was the biggest wholesaler in Central India at one point of time, and I was secretary for Vidar Plywood Merchant Association for 4 years. So it has been a very fruitful journey. I was very successful in plywood. Then this concept of entering into designing that came to my thought, and fortunately had that urge for designing since childhood. I just found that this is one area where we can work, where there is a lot of scope if we give an honest, transparent option to a client. So we came up with a unique concept where we are giving, we started with free designing. Like, since I had no background about educational background in designing, so I said, let's start with a free designing. I hired a designer who was a top from the best architectural college in Nagpur. So we used to design for clients. We never charged a designing fee initially. It's a free designing. The concept was, I'll be selling my plywood, I'll learn from there. Now we can boast of the best projects in Nagpur that have been done by us. The biggest 300-acre projects out here that has been designed by us. So we are doing all the major projects in Nagpur right now. Basically, it's because due to the transparent ways, due to honest and integral ways of doing business. And even if you're a small town, you can dream big. Like, I thought, why not have an office in every city with the same concept? So we will be starting soon in Indore. We are starting in Raipur. We are starting in Bhopal. And gradually we'll be expanding it to all over India. We are concentrating both on franchisee system plus our own office system, whatever will be convenient. And right now we are in Nagpur, starting Indore office probably in a 15-20 days time.
Wonderful.
Since we'll be going step by step, so it will take a bit, you can say, a longer time, but then things should fall in place.
Precious being with you.
Thank you so
because
much.
in these difficult times, if you are able to create an employment or self-employment for others, that will be because it is a case study in itself. Where in the COVID times, I'm sure you would have done some adversity management. It might have hit you as well. So how do you manage this COVID times? And because now you're also talking about growth.
Basically, there was almost 1 year when we were down with lockdowns over here. What we did was, rather than sitting idle in those times, we had our labor which was also stuck up out here. There were no trains, there were no transportation. What we did was we took empty flats. Take empty flats, let the labor stay there, keep on doing the work. So we continued the work. What I ensured was the labor was never short of food. we used to send them rations. In the meantime, I was also doing some social work as well. I had been a past president of Rotary. So what we were doing there was a group, self-help group, which were helping poor, especially the migrant laborers, so that they don't sleep hungry. So we were providing food, we were providing ration to them. So in that case, even my labor was taken care of. We had those permissions to move around in the city. So they were provided rations, they were provided money so that they don't sleep hungry. And in the meantime, the work also continued. So inside the house, the work was allowed, so that was being carried out. So did not sit idle in those times as well.
So sir, I'm sure in COVID times, में बहुत लोगों ने आगे आके they have really done exhibited the right human values, and I mean, many people have done that. And
I came across very good, smart citizens who did a lot for the society. There were people who did not sleep. They were 24 hours working, seeing that no one sleeps hungry. And I found that no one was sleeping hungry out here. That was the best part. If we reached somewhere, he already had food from either from some organization, even the politicians worked.
Right.
वो जी हमारा corporator ने खाना पहुंचाया. That was a very good sign. Seeing politicians work on a humanitarian cause is a very pleasing sight. Like we are moving in the right direction. That means.
I think these times have brought many people even more closer. Families have come together. People have, the society has come together. So if there is a negative aspect to what's happening all around, there's positive aspect also.
Certainly, and the best part is we have learned that working from home is very much possible.
आपकी journey सुन के और the struggle that you've gone through, especially when you are a first generation entrepreneur, it's really inspiring. I'm sure कोई ना कोई audience में they will also benefit. On the concluding part, would you like to say something to the audience and to those fellow entrepreneurs जो शायद struggle कर रहे होंगे और उनको probably a success mantra you could tell in your way?
I can just say one thing for entering into business, being an entrepreneur, you don't need money. You need innovative ideas. You need grit. You might be a small town boy, but the dream should be big. There are no GST, there are no taxes on dreams. Dream big. Aim for the sky. Even if you fall from there, you will be stuck up in some tree or the other. There are a lot of scope to venture between. So have big dreams. Money is, if someone believes that business can be started only with money, then I think he's got a wrong notion. You can take the examples of Zomato, you can take of these taxis running out. They don't have a single taxi of their own. They are using others' resources. It's only the brain which is earning them money. So never think कि मेरे पास पैसा नहीं है तो मैं business नहीं कर सकता. और rags to riches की story वहीं से बनती है जहाँ पैसा नहीं होता. Rich to rich तो एक stagnant growth ही वहाँ होती है. Rags to riches वाली story होती है which give you vertical growth. So aim high and work hard and be honest in your deals. Honesty pays. वो छोटे मोटे आप देखते होंगे कि scam के साथ कोई वो कर रहा है. वो मेरे father मेरे को बोलते थे कि चोर को ऐश करते मत देखो, उसको जूते खाते देखो.
सही.
तो be honest, honesty pays, though it takes a little bit longer time, but then you will never fall down. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for giving the opportunity.